Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? NZD here with a second stimulus check update and a second stimulus package update. And what's going on in Washington, D.C.? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we might be on our way to some good news, some very good news, because like many of you already know, the House of Representatives, they are back in session. They are back in session, and they're going to be doing a lot of things before the next election. I guarantee that, because right now they got compromises that's going on. Now we have new compromise of a stimulus bill that's probably worth about 1.52 trillion dollars. Now that's way more than the $500 billion skinny bill, and more than the $1 trillion HEALS Act bill that was also proposed about weeks ago. So in this case, with the House of Representatives returning back and they're now in session, it's a lot of things that's going on. So we have over 100 Democrats in Congress right now is adding pressure to Nancy Pelosi in order to get something passed, especially before election season. What Nancy Pelosi is saying now is that she understands, and the House of Representatives will stay in session. They will not take the next recess. I believe the next recess will be in October. So they will not take the next recess until something is resolved. So they're committed to work on something until they reach a common ground and passing a second stimulus package. So some YouTubers such as Steve Gardner and Clear Value Taxes have written letters to these leaders in Washington, such as the president, such as Nancy Pelosi, Majority Leader of the House of Representatives, such as Majority Leader Mitch McConnell of the Senate. They sent letters out to them with signatures from thousands of people, and it seemed like as if it's reached these politicians is starting to make some moves. Well, right now with the House of Representatives back in session, and nothing is coming to any agreement in terms of stimulus package, nothing with the skinny package, nothing with the HEROES Act, nothing with the HEALS Act. So right now we have the problem-solving caucus, and the problem-solving caucus is usually built up of about 48 people, 24 from the Republicans, 24 from the Democrats. But this problem-solving caucus is actually larger, and they're pulling together in order to work out a 1.5 trillion stimulus package, a 1.5 trillion stimulus package. So that's more than the the 1.2 that the Republicans wanted before, and it went down from the 2.2 that the Democrats wanted. So they kind of reaching some kind of common ground, which is a good thing. So definitely big shout outs to the problem solving caucus, because they're putting this together, and it's really needed, because right now many people from Congress, especially in the House of Representatives, they said, hey, their people from their district, their people are hurting now and they need help. Communities are hurting, communities need help. One representative was saying giving government funding, for example, like money for the post office. They did the emergency voting and got money for the post office. Giving government funding is like giving people the middle finger. It's like you can get the middle, you know. So it's like, yeah, we're gonna give money to the government. Yeah, we're gonna give money for government funding, but for you people out there that's struggling and need money for your bills, need some rental assistance. That representative was saying that Congress is basically like giving people the finger with those. With that said, now the Problem Solving Caucus Committee is working on a wonderful stimulus package, and it's basically going to be up for vote. So what will be included in the second stimulus package? We have a second stimulus check, $1,200 second stimulus check. We have extension of unemployment benefits. We have mortgage and rental assistance. We have money for the people, such as we have money for self-employed and small business through the PPP program. We have money for schools. We have it will be money for food assistance. There will be money for testing, tracking, and fighting COVID. Also expect there will be money for state and local government. You know, before they didn't really want, before the Republicans really didn't want to put up any money for state and local government. But in this package, in this problem-solving caucus package, I'm not even sure what they're gonna call that. But in this problem-solving caucus bill, it's gonna be money for state and local government, and that's part of the bipartisan thing. So that's part of having both sides coming together and working out a deal and coming to a common ground, especially for the people. So let's talk about the $1,200 stimulus check. It'd be the same qualification as the HEROES Act. So that'd be $1,200 for each person and $500 for each dependent up to 3 dependents. And also included for dependents will be adult dependents. And adult dependents might also get retroactive payment, because remember, with the HEROES Act, many adult dependents were left out. This one, they will be getting stimulus check, and it says adult dependents most likely will be getting retroactive. I'm not saying this for sure yet, because it didn't even get voted on and it didn't pass through. So I'm not going to say it's for sure yet, but that's a good thing, you know. So also in the stimulus check, it will be unemployment will be about $450 for the first 8 weeks. Then it might go up to $600 weekly, but it will cap at 100% of a person's salary. In this stimulus package, the Republicans are compromising, especially on unemployment and state and local government, because for example, unemployment, Republicans was looking for like $300 to $400 a week, where in this package, in this stimulus package, is going to be $450 a week. And for the first 8 weeks, and going into next year, it might get extended to $600 weekly based on what's going on with the situation in terms of the situation, if it gets worse or not. If it gets worse, then it's going to be an automatic trigger of $500 billion to cover some of the stimulus package, which will also cover unemployment for people who will be unemployment. And that's where the $600 weekly bonus will also come into play. Republicans compromise on the unemployment extension in addition to state and local government. Before, the Republicans didn't want to put up any money for state and local government, but in this bill, it'll be $500 billion will be going to state and local government. Wow, that's crazy. Because think about it, the skinny act, the skinny deal, whatever that was only $500 billion. I probably said $300 billion before, but it was only $500 billion. And a lot of people are realizing that won't be enough, because people are hurting, communities are hurting. That won't be enough. So with this problem-solving caucus stimulus package, a lot of pressure is coming from the lower level politicians to pass a current stimulus package before elections. So right now, it's the pressure is on. So shout outs to the problem-solving caucus putting this together. It's looking like a great package. They even included money for the EDIL. So the EDIL will also see more money. Other numbers include $145 billion for schools and childcare. So a quick breakdown would be about $100 billion for K through 12, whether it's virtual, whether it's in person or hybrid. And that's also another change, because remember, before they were saying that no money would go out unless schools actually open. But now they're saying they're going to have money for the virtual, in-person, as well as hybrid. Also, the money, state and local government, $500 billion. That's a good thing. They're also going to put in worker liability protections for people who are working in those situations where they might get exposed to COVID. Another great thing that's in this package is something what they call an automatic booster or reducer. So based on the hospitalization, based on the metrics, and how the COVID is operating, going into next year, 2021, there will be a 3 months UI enhancement in February 2021. Basically, they're probably just going to be extending the unemployment benefit. Like I said, they're going to do $450 for the next 8 weeks, and then it's going to go up to $600. So they might extend that $600 into February, March, and April of next year if the pandemic continues to rise and if the situation continues to be a bad situation. In addition, they will also do an automatic stimulus check, another one. So that'll be a second stimulus check in this one package in March of 2021, and that's also going to be based on the metrics. So if hospitalization numbers go up, if if the COVID cases start to rise and different things like that, based on those metrics, certain things will be automatic booster instead of them having to come back to the table and start to work on another stimulus package. So it sounds like it's good news, real good news going to be going on. Hopefully this will all be worked out. It will be set forth. Congress can vote on it. The House of Representatives can vote on it. It can go to Senate. It will be no problems in the Senate. Senate can vote off on it. And then it will go to the president. It should be no problem with the president, because a lot of the things that the president was going to be doing executive order, and that he is doing executive order right now, seems to be in this package. So going all around the board, right now, I don't think that it should be any problems. Maybe a few minor details worked out. But with the pressure from politicians and stuff like that, saying that we need another stimulus package, with pressure from economists saying that we need another stimulus package, from the Federal Reserve System saying we need another stimulus package. This one definitely should be able to pass through. It shouldn't be no dead on arrival or none of that. Nancy Pelosi is getting a lot of pressure from other politicians. Most likely, she will go down from the 2.2 that she was willing to look for, and they will go to the 1.52 trillion dollars. So sounds like it's going to be some good news. It sounds like that we might be receiving another stimulus package. Another stimulus check might come out. I say, if it all goes through, I say towards the end of October, we might be seeing another stimulus check. So hopefully you got some value out of this. Please like, comment, and share, and please subscribe to the channel, because I will be doing updates on the stimulus package and stimulus check as we move on, in addition to different ways that we can create our own stimulus check and stimulus package. So once again, this is Ainsley Dawkins. Continue to be safe. I'll talk to you later. Peace.